and he'll never, never know. Baby, won't you hold me? Oh, anybody. Whenever you call my name, and he'll never, never know. I need you, oh, please.
That looks nice. Now I just got that tank pad and fuel door cover in the mail, along with my check from Copart for my Subaru. So let me go grab it. I'm pretty sure it totaled out exactly how I thought it would. So here it is. Actually, they took more than I thought. I thought they only took 3%. Looks like they took a little bit more than 3%. So when I totaled it out, I figured I was getting $1,075. I got $1,036. So the percentage was a little bit different. Even though they told me it was 3%, when I totaled it out 3%, it wasn't that high. The fees were $164, so still not too bad. They sent me a copy of the salvage certificate, and then they sent me a check. Yeah. So another thing we did, if you notice, I took the K&N filter out. It was running too lean, and it was a combination of the exhaust and the K&N filter. I put a stock filter back in it, and this thing doesn't pop on D-cell anymore. Runs pretty dang good. Notice how clean that is. No pops. And now also I can mount my cell phone and charge it at the same time, and it stays with my handlebars. It's just got a spin mount there. You can move it around. Perfect placement for my phone. I have Bluetooth speakers inside my helmet, which I have charging right now. And I listen to my music while I'm riding. Another thing I forgot that we did, the chain guard, notice how nice and black that is now? I went over that with my little propane torch. And I went over that cover with it. And the other cover over here, looks like I need to do it a little bit more. As you can see, that might actually be dirt. Nah, I think I need to work on that a little bit more. So let me do that real quick. Turn the idle down on this thing a little bit. I think I had it a little high. Sounds better. Still get pops while I'm sitting still revving it. Every now and then. And that could just be the leaks. I tried tightening all the clamps on the exhaust, and there's still some exhaust leaks As you can see, water dripping out of the exhaust right there, but for the most part, it runs way better now. So anyways, our video is not even about this. I've had some viewers ask me if I was taking the CTS to a frame shop to have that quarter panel pulled out. And yes, in fact, I am. So we're going to get in it and drive it to the frame shop now, and we're going to get to see how they do it professionally. Well, I think we're there. Battery died in my other camera, but as you can see, we're doing the pull now in my garage. Now, as you can see, I'm welding tabs on to pull on it. The objective here is not to fix this panel. We're not fixing this, okay? I'm just trying to get it back into shape. I kind of already met my goal, which was this door gap. And I don't know if you remember it, but it was rubbing. Let me see where it was rubbing at. Right here. it was rubbing up there, and you can see the rub marks there. But if you notice, there's a gap there now, and it doesn't rub. And this door opens and closes just like it was supposed to. Now there's still a slight dent here. It's kind of coming out, and there's another one, a slight dent right there. We're chopping this right around the window here, maybe a little bit further down, so we have some room. This one's going to be taken care of. Realistically, you kind of want to have less of a gap, so like the closest up here we can go would probably be the best bet, but we're going to work on that. So another thing was, this was in, and we're starting to get it to come back out, but it's still not quite out as far as it's supposed to be. This whole thing is kind of mangled up right here. Right here, I just welded this tab in while my camera died. Now I'm going to pull on that. Now that should really help with all of this, pulling this back out. But I'm just going to pull it as much as I can, and yeah, like I always do. But we're going to keep pulling on this until I get it close to shape. We're already getting there. I'm thinking we're probably going to end up replacing this whole rear piece as well, but I don't know yet. Or we can splice in, because honestly, this is all covered. I could just cut it back here somewhere and splice it in, but I don't know if I'm even going to do that yet. I've been hammering on that. You can see it's pretty messed up around there, but there's a lot of spot welds on this panel, and to replace it is a lot of work, but that might be the route we go, because it overlays all the other panels. So basically we'll fix all that over there, then overlay that. The inner panels, actually might just all do it all in one shot if we do it. Here's another thing that got bent. See how there's a brace right there? That one right there got beat in the accident. So I'm still kind of prying on this, trying to get it back to shape some, but we'll see what happens here. Already looks a lot better than what it did. It doesn't look good, but it looks a lot better than what it did. Now, it looks bad right now, but compared to what it did look like, this looks really, really good. I might hammer some of this out here just to get it out there. The other dent is slightly still there, so we might have to do some body work right up in here. But we're going to have to do body work up in here anyways, because we're going to be splicing a panel in right here. So, yeah, as you can see, that's going to be a big section right there. We're going to have to body work. But down at the bottom, it's going to blend in. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to do it at yet, but it's going to be here somewhere. Now I know it splices in right there. I can actually see the joint. right there. So it's not going to be too bad, but we'll have to follow that and see where that probably goes the whole length, and we're going to splice in here somewhere. I am just amazed at how nice this shuts. Like, this is perfect. And then this was like kind of overlapping, and now it's flush. So that's nice as well. So my dumb butt just shut that trunk without connecting the battery. So there is a manual release on the back of the trunk lid right here, but I gotta go in through the, yeah, this will be fun.
So now you know how to fix a trunk.
All right, so a little bit of putty and we're done. This thing will be ready to go in no time. And if you think I'm serious, then you're correct. No, I'm not doing that. So like I said, the main end goal for all of this that I just did was for this. Okay? We accomplished what we were here to do. So what this looks like now doesn't matter. It's all getting cut out. This is probably going to be fun around the fuel door. I don't know how it's attached. I have to get all this out. This sensor here. Yeah. Oh, this has got the capless. I don't like these. Give me a cap. Then I hammered the crap out of this trunk lid, which is still kind of bent. That's why there's a gap in it right there. I hammered on that thing pretty hard just to get it where it's at now, because it was pushed in pretty good. But in the end, I could shut it. I just didn't want it to hang open because it would probably drain the battery. But it also, if you didn't notice, it's holding the trunk lid up now, and that's because this spring got pulled tighter now that we got that all done. So yeah, it's working out pretty good. The only problem I foresee, and I think we're just going to cut it out of that other car, is this is the quarter panel, which we're going to be cutting off. Then this inner structure right here, this window ledge, it's bent, and right here's where it meets. You can see the spot welds. We might have to cut a section out of that one to splice in here, but yeah, it is what it is now. I mean, this is what we got, so this is what we got to work with. Another nice thing with a lot of these newer vehicles and stuff is the locks, like on the trunk lid, work off of the central locking system, so it just sends a signal to unlock it. So there is no keyhole in this trunk lid, so I do not have to worry about switching over locks. Although I do have to paint the whole new trunk lid over there. But yeah, and we got all the emblems over there, except for I'm going to use this trim, as long as I didn't mess it up. I don't think I did. So yeah, it's going to be a direct swap over. I did pretty good. I'm looking at like the evenness here. I mean, it's in just a tad over here, but still, that's not bad for as far in as it was. It's pretty good. It's looking pretty nice. Here is a question I need to ask you guys, because I'm not sure what to do here. I kind of want to mount the new trunk lid on this so I can see how it fits up. And you know how I said about cutting it up here. What if I followed this body line right here and followed this out right here, and then mounted the new one in from there to there? Then I don't have to tackle this glass and I don't have to tackle the glass on the other one, then I also would have to do just a little bit of body work. I could use my dent puller on this. And then I noticed, I had to go back and look at my pictures. I didn't realize I had a huge crease right here, and it pulled out. Now I just have a slight dent right here now that's just barely noticeable. But I'd have to do body work here, here, and a little bit there. And then where I splice in at on this line, I would have to do some body work. I want to know your thoughts. Do you think that's the better option, or do you think we remove the glass and replace up to here? The thing is, we got a distinctive body line here. If I mount it right there, it might be hard to keep that body line. But if I do it here, there's no body line. There's nowhere. I'm just going to have to do my body magic and make sure that it looks good. Probably shrink it so that it indents a little bit, and then do body filler over top of it so you don't notice it. Drop the comments down below. Let me know what you think. So now we got all this tucked away. That's all I'm getting into on this today. But if you didn't notice, there's something bright and new in the garage. So Vevor sent me out a new tool. I'm kind of liking Vevor. Now they're cheaper tools, okay? I will say that. It's kind of like the equivalent of Harbor Freight, but online. But they have all kinds of stuff. And like that body weld puller slide hammer thingy that I really like, I got from them. And they sent that out to me for a review, and I paid nothing for it. Same goes with this, okay? And when we were going through the talks of what to review, at the time I had that Subaru, and I figured I was going to be pulling the motor, and I was thinking I was going to need an engine stand. I was actually going to go to Harbor Freight and get one, but Vevor reached out to me, and this was one of the tools they wanted reviewed. Now I'm not pulling a motor, but I got one, okay? Now when you get this in the mail, it comes in a box. Nothing is assembled. Every bolt in this, I put in this, okay? It comes in pieces. Quality, I'm sure it's going to hold an engine. It'll hold up to 1,500 pounds from what I'm seeing on here. Yep, load capacity, 1,500 pounds. But I will say I had to modify this a little bit. And one of the bolts, they gave me the wrong bolt, okay? But they gave me enough hardware. They just gave me the wrong hardware. So one bolt they messed up on, or this caster down here, it has like recessed bolts that fit down in divots, whatever. They only gave me 3 of those, and they gave me one extra one, which was the same as these casters, which doesn't recess down in. So what I had to do was I tapered it on my grinder and then put it down in there and then ground the head of it off so that this will go down flat. Another thing I had to do was I had to oblong this one hole on here because the pin would not go through. So when I did get the pin to go through, I had to like twist this, and then once I put the pin in, it was sitting like this with this wheel off the ground. So right now, as it is, after I oblong that hole, all 4 wheels touch the ground, and if I put a load on it, it's stable, okay? Now, I'm not that much of a load, but I give them. Ha! And then this pin doesn't fit the tightest, but it works. Then you can twist it, and there's different pinholes, like that. It has a little bit of play in it, but then this comes out, you can take that pin out, and you can slide this whole thing off, bolt your engine to it, then you need a crane or whatever to lift it up to put the engine, slide it in here, put the pin in, and then your handle, and then you can work on your engine here. The welds look okay-ish. But regardless, these are cheap tools, so you can't really expect the best quality. Is this going to work for me? Yes, if I need to pull a motor. Let's pull the motor out of this Cadillac. Come on, let's go.
Psych!
But I'm thankful that Vevor likes to send me stuff for reviews, so here you go, guys. Here it is, a 1,500 pound low capacity engine stand, and it folds up. Originally, whenever they sent me the link to it, it wasn't a folding one. It was just a regular one without pins in it. It was a solid mount. So this one takes up a little less room in the shop when you fold it up, which is nice. And I wasn't really expecting that. See what I mean about the recessed bolts? Just put a regular one in there. Kind of touches a little bit. Not bad. It'll be fine. So there you go, guys. There's a review. Vevor has lots of tools. Like I said, this thing is been my favorite tool. Of all my tools I have right now, this thing is my favorite. But if you like this video, smash that like button, consider subscribing. Hit that dislike button if your mom would like to be mounted on an engine stand. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Alright.
There they are. What are you know, with wet paws. I just seen wet paws. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Why are you all wet? Oh, he was a stinky boy. She used some wet wipes and cleaned him. Oh, you're gonna be a little angel now, huh? You gonna be a little angel? He's bad. He's very bad. Sheldon's actually being a pretty good boy. He's well-tempered. Don't like cuddles that much. We're trying to teach them. They're not into the cuddles. Like Miss Stella is. Miss Stella loves the cuddles. She's a good kitty. Yeah. Big paws. Want to say bye-bye? Do you want to say bye-bye? Big paws.